In the last video, we took this project which we found on MPLAB Discover and imported it to VS Code extensions. We have checked that everything's working well. We have generated code, and after generating code we have compiled the project, so everything is basically correct in terms of how the project is compiling. But let's check if we can make it run on hardware. Now, the one little snag is that we have a Curiosity Nano and a Curiosity Nano Explorer, and this board, well, this project was made for the Curiosity Pro. So we need to modify a few things. To check what we need to change, let's start with finding the pin configuration. So in the pin diagram we can see the different pins associated, and it's a good place to start to understand what we need to change. So we can see SERCOM 4, pads 2 and 3. We can see an analog input, a DAC output, and an external interrupt. Let's start with the SERCOM. Well, we can see at SERCOM 4 here, and we can see that basically just the pins were associated because they were in green. All the purple means it was set by the system in order to meet what we needed to change. From our board we can access the Explorer pinouts for all C nanos, find our JH, and here we can see that SERCOM 1 is used, pad 00 and pad 01, and it's SERCOM 1, and the RX is on pad 1. So in our pinout it is pad 00, SERCOM 1, pad. We can add SERCOM to our project. Now we can make it disconnect, and we can see that we have an active satisfier of SERCOM 1, and the other one we can delete. Okay, and we just needed to set the receive pin as pin 1, transmit was pad 0. Okay, so that's one of 3 things left. So we can remove these pins. Okay, now we have 2 things left, a DAC and an ADC and an external interrupt. So let's go back to the description of this example. Okay, analog input is fed from the DAC output. So the DAC is fed into the analog input, and we can see that the pin settings, if we just view in ports mode, so we have the DAC output and the ADC input, analog input 10. So analog input 10 and PA02. So I have conveniently set a wire between these 2 pins, and that is what would have been done on the X-Plane Pro in an equivalent way. Okay, so the DAC and the ADC is going to be left. Now we have an external interrupt 3, and that was connected to a switch, which we can verify here. Running the application, the ADC input voltage changes by 0.1 when the switch is pressed. So we need to find the pinout of our switch, which is helpfully down here, PA27, and note as well that it's a debug GPIO. This is going to be quite useful because if we push the switch, you're going to see that toggle or that little blip. External interrupt 3, PB19, and PA27, so external interrupt 15. Coming back to MCC, so in the external interrupts expand all, we can see that channel 3 is enabled, interrupt is enabled, and we have a rising edge. Now that means that as we release the button, it will trigger an interrupt and maybe a little bit less debouncing needed in that case. So we need to go down to number 15, enable the interrupt, rising edge, and enable debounce. Okay, so we'll just leave those things connected, but just unenable channel 3. Okay, so if everything goes well, we're going to be able to generate code now and get this working. So generating code and coming into our main. So we changed this pin 3 to pin 15, and if everything is right, it goes blue, so we can go to definition. And we can see that this is set up correctly, and that was eic.h.c. Here is where we can see that yes, we have the rising edge set on sense 15. Okay, let us just verify that this is working by setting a breakpoint in the switch handler, because it's an interrupt, right? So Control-Shift-P, CMake clean build. Build is successful, and let's run this project. So run and debug, MPLAB debugger, our Curiosity Nano. Okay, and when we run, verify with the switch. Okay, uncheck the breakpoint. Start the MPLAB Data Visualizer. We're going to add both connections, the GPIO as raw data on the time plot and the COM9 as text in the terminal. The default here is 115, which is the same as the default with Harmony. So we run this, and we can see that as we push the button, 1.8, 1.9, 2.1, 2.3, 2.4, and we can see the toggling of the debug IO. Now note the debug IO has not been set up specifically, but it's just a pin which is connected to the embedded debugger, and so you can just manipulate the pin and see what happens. Anyway, this project is working, and in the next video we're going to try and do some interesting things to modify this project with our AI agent. Thank you.